In our country's current political and cultural cage match, it can feel like there are few spaces dedicated to open, honest, and diverse discussions. But Professor of Politics Gerard Alexander, the founder of the Blue Ridge Center, set out to do just that.
If I had been persuaded that Americans and students at UVA were so polarized that they really would not have conversations across these lines, I probably would have never started Blue Ridge. What would be the point?
Thankfully, Professor Alexander saw past the partisanship of for-profit politics and opened the Blue Ridge Center on UVA's corner, aimed to offer an alternative to America's current echo chambers.
Where there is not much intellectual diversity, that means the people that are in that institution or setting are hearing a limited range of voices. And if they are included in that range, they're hearing more validation in that environment than they would be in the outside, in the world taken as a whole.
The Blue Ridge Center seeks to fill so-called educational gaps through reading groups and speaker series that offer non-traditional and, at times, challenging viewpoints as a stress test for political bias. In its first year, the center hosted lectures on identity politics, the morality of free markets, and the question of the Constitution's endorsement of slavery.
There is intellectual diversity in what the Blue Ridge Center does, in its students, in its teachers, in its programming, and none of that is an accident. We're there to actively do that. And so far, we've been really happy with the reaction. Students from a whole slew of viewpoints are there to often disagree with each other, to explore some topic they don't know enough about, and not to have some formula handed to them.
When students return to campus this fall, the Blue Ridge Center will open its doors once again and continue to promote productive discourse. Before you step into the Blue Ridge Center to attend a reading group or a speaker series, however, Professor Alexander does have one prerequisite: intellectual humility.
Be very careful how you talk about people you disagree with, because later, she laughed, you're gonna have to swallow your pride on at least some things and admit they were right.
The Blue Ridge Center will be hosting speakers and reading groups throughout the fall, aimed to challenge all of our political assumptions. As Professor Gerard Alexander said, we could all use a little more intellectual humility. I'm Conwell Morris, WUVA.